Jessica finds the bank statements on a Thursday. She's organizing tax documents, filing receipts, and there's a statement from an investment app she's never heard of, Robinhood, her husband's Tom's name on it. She opens it, scrolls through the transactions, $47 to Tesla, $83 to some cryptocurrency called Shiba, $120 to AMC, $65 to GameStop, another $95 to something called NVDA, $110 to Bitcoin. She counts the transactions, 23 separate deposits over 4 months. Total, $2,340. They have a joint checking account for bills, for groceries, for shared expenses. And apparently, Tom has been siphoning money out of it for months. Small amounts, $80 here, $120 there. Nothing dramatic enough to notice. But $2,340? That's almost 3 months of their grocery budget. That's the new tires they've been putting off. That's the emergency fund they're supposed to be building. Jessica's hands are shaking, not because of the amount, because she had no idea. Because every time she suggested they save more or cut expenses, Tom agreed, said they should be more careful, and the whole time he was gambling. No, investing. He'd call it investing in stock she's never heard of. She opens his phone. He's in the shower. She knows the passcode. There are 3 more apps. Webull, Coinbase, some app called Public. He's got accounts everywhere. Little bits of money scattered across platforms like buried treasure he forgot to mention. Total across all accounts, $4,180 invested. Current value, $2,920. He's down $1,260. He's been doing this for 4 months, and he's lost more than they spend on groceries monthly. And Jessica is sitting there on their bed, thinking, when did my husband become someone who keeps financial secrets? When did $4,180 become something he doesn't mention? And what else don't I know about? My name's Peter, and if you think your partner's small investments are harmless, you need to hear what I'm about to show you, because there's a new kind of financial infidelity sweeping through middle-class marriages. And it's not about the money. It's about the lies that $10 deposits create, and those lies are destroying trust faster than any affair ever could. Tom gets out of the shower. Jessica is waiting. His phone is on the bed. The Robinhood app is open. "What's this?" she asks. Her voice is calm, too calm. Tom's face changes. He knows. "It's just, I've been learning about investing. It's not a big deal, just small amounts." $4,180 is small? Tom sits down. "You went through my phone? You went through our checking account without telling me for 4 months. And here's where it gets ugly, because Tom's defense isn't, "I'm sorry." It's my money too. I earned it. I can invest it if I want. Jessica says, "That's not the point. The point is you didn't tell me. We have joint finances. We make decisions together. And you've been moving thousands of dollars without mentioning it once. Because I knew you'd react like this. You'd say it's too risky. You'd tell me to put it in savings where it earns nothing. I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to grow our money. You're down $1,260. It's a long-term strategy. You don't understand how this works." In that sentence, "you don't understand," is when Jessica realizes this isn't about investing. This is about Tom doing whatever he wants with shared money and then acting like she's the unreasonable one for expecting transparency. She asks, "What else?" "What do you mean? What else are you hiding? What else have you been doing that I don't know about?" Tom gets defensive. "I'm not hiding anything. I have investment accounts. That's not hiding. That's just separate." But here's what Jessica heard. "I have financial systems you're not part of. I make decisions about our money without you, and I see nothing wrong with that." That night, they sleep on opposite sides of the bed. Jessica is doing math in her head. Not about the $1,260, about the marriage, about whether she can trust him, about what else he might be doing that he considers not a big deal. Over the next week, Jessica starts investigating, not because she's controlling, because she needs to know if their financial partnership is real or if it's been theater this whole time. She finds a sports betting app, DraftKings. He's deposited $840 over 2 months. Current balance, $130. He's lost $710. Another investment app called eToro. $620 invested in something called social trading, whatever that means. Current value, $380. Down, $240. A crypto wallet. He's got $950 in various cryptocurrencies. Current value, $710. Down, $240. She adds it up. He's invested $6,590 over 4 months. Current total value across all accounts, $4,140. He's down $2,450. That's not investing. That's a gambling addiction with a portfolio interface. But here's what's making Jessica's chest tight. It's not the losses. It's the infrastructure. He didn't just make a few impulsive investments. He built an entire hidden financial ecosystem. Multiple apps, multiple accounts, multiple strategies, all without mentioning it once. And every time she brought up their budget, every time she suggested saving more, he agreed, yeah, we should be more careful. We should cut back. Meanwhile, he was depositing hundreds weekly into accounts she didn't know existed. She confronts him with the full picture, all the accounts, all the losses. Tom's response, okay, I lost some money, but that's how you learn. You have to take risks. You have to try things. If I'd told you, you would have stopped me, and then we'd never build wealth. We'd just save and have nothing to show for it. Jessica, we'd have $6,590 to show for it. Instead, we have $4,140 and a marriage where I can't trust you. You can trust me. This isn't about trust. This is about you wanting to control everything. And there it is, the reframe. She's not asking for transparency and partnership. She's being controlling. His financial secrecy isn't the problem. Her expecting to know about it is. Let's zoom out from Tom and Jessica, because their situation isn't unique. It's the pattern. Here's what's happened. Investment apps gamified stock trading. They made it frictionless. They made it feel like Candy Crush with money. You can invest $5. You can buy fractional shares. You can trade options with one tap. And they marketed it as democratizing wealth building. Everyone can be an investor now. You don't need thousands, just start with $10. Sounds empower, feels accessible. And for some people, it's genuinely a good entry point to investing. But for many people, it's become something else entirely. It's become a way to feel like you're taking control of your financial future, while actually gambling with money you can't afford to lose. And because the amounts are small per transaction, it doesn't feel serious. $80 to Tesla, $50 to Ethereum, $120 to whatever stock was mentioned on Reddit yesterday. It's not like going to a casino and betting $1,000 on roulette. It's just learning, experimenting, building a portfolio. Except here's the math. Average middle-class couple making $110,000 combined has about $800 to $1,200 discretionary after fixed expenses. If one partner is depositing $150 to $200 weekly into scattered investment, crypto, sports betting apps, that's $600 to $800 monthly. That's 60 to 100% of discretionary income disappearing into apps the other partner might not know about. And the returns? Data shows that 85 to 90% of active traders underperform simple index funds. Most people using these apps lose money, not because the apps are scams, because timing markets and picking individual stocks is incredibly difficult, and because these apps are designed to encourage frequent trading, which generates fees and usually destroys returns. So, you've got one partner burning through discretionary income on investments that statistically will underperform a basic S&P 500 index fund, and they're doing it secretly, and they're down money, and they're defensive when discovered because admitting failure feels like admitting they were wrong to try. Tom isn't an outlier. He's the median. And across millions of relationships, the same scene is playing out. One partner discovers the hidden apps, discovers the losses, discovers that their financial partnership was illusory because one person was operating a completely separate financial system. And the damage isn't the $2,450 Tom lost. The damage is that Jessica now questions every financial conversation they've ever had. Was he lying? Was he minimizing? What else is he doing? The $100 investments weren't the problem. The secrecy was. And once secrecy enters a financial partnership, it metastasizes. Because if he didn't tell her about $6,590 in investments, what else isn't he telling her? The controversial angle. Here is what's going to make people angry. This isn't a Tom problem. This is a systemic trap designed specifically to extract money from middle-class households. Think about how these apps are engineered. They gamify trading. They make it feel like a game, a competition, a way to finally get ahead. They create community around it, Reddit forums, Discord channels, push notifications celebrating every tiny movement. And for people who feel financially stuck, who are working middle-class jobs that won't make them wealthy, who feel like inflation is eating their savings, who feel like they're falling behind, these apps offer a very specific narrative. You're not stuck, you're building, you're playing the game. Just deposit another $50. Except the system isn't designed to build your wealth. It's designed to extract your discretionary income. The apps make money on your transaction volume. They need you trading constantly. They need you depositing $100 here, $50 there. So instead of admitting the system beat them, people hide it. They keep the losses quiet. They tell themselves it's long-term strategy, and they defend their right to invest their own money when discovered. This isn't about vilifying one partner. This is about naming a systemic extraction machine that's destroying financial partnerships. And the pattern is one partner gets seduced by gamified investing, loses money secretly to a system designed to take it, then reframes transparency as control when confronted. Some people will say, everyone should have personal money to do what they want. Fine, agree on an amount. We each get $200 monthly to spend however we want, no questions. That's autonomy with transparency. But Tom didn't do that. He took thousands from joint finances, lost a significant portion, and hid it for months. That's not autonomy. That's deception.
Jessica gives Tom a choice. Not an ultimatum, a choice. Here's what needs to happen. You close all these accounts, you transfer whatever's left back to our joint account, and if you want to invest, we do it together. We open one investment account, we fund it with an amount we both agree on, and we're both part of every decision. Tom resists. That's not how investing works. You need to be able to move quickly. You need to stop. This isn't about investing strategy. This is about whether we're financial partners or whether you're going to keep operating hidden systems that I'm not part of. Tom argues that he's trying to build their future, that he's taking initiative, that she doesn't understand investment psychology. Jessica stays firm. I understand that you lied for 4 months. I understand that we're down $2,450 because you were chasing Reddit stock tips. And I understand that if this continues, we're not going to make it. That sentence lands. We're not going to make it. Because Tom realizes this isn't about the money anymore. This is about whether Jessica can trust him. And right now, she can't. He agrees. He closes the scattered accounts. They open one joint brokerage account with Vanguard. They fund it with $300 monthly. They invest in index funds. Boring, unsexy, but transparent. 6 months later, their relationship is still recovering. Jessica still has moments where she wonders what else she doesn't know. Tom still feels resentful that he can't invest the way he wants. But they're talking about money now. Actually talking. Not hiding, not assuming, not operating separate systems. And their boring index fund is up 7.2%, while Tom's scattered investments would have continued losing money. The realization. Here's what Tom learned the hard way. Small investments are fine. Secret investments destroy marriages. The problem wasn't that he wanted to invest. The problem was that he created a hidden financial structure and then got defensive when discovered. He prioritized his ego over his partnership, and he almost lost everything for the chance to feel like a savvy investor while actually gambling poorly. The $100 deposits weren't the trap. The secrecy was. And secrecy in finances, even about small amounts, creates a cancer that spreads until one partner is questioning everything. If your partner has investment apps you don't know about, you need to talk tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. And if you're the one with the secret accounts, understand something. Your partner will find out. They always do. And when they do, you won't get to control the narrative.
You won't get to explain that it was no big deal or just learning. You'll get to explain why you lied, why you hid it, why you thought secrecy was acceptable in a partnership. Close the secret accounts. Transfer the money back. If you want to invest, do it transparently. Agree on an amount together. Make decisions together. And if you're not willing to do that, ask yourself why. If the answer is, because my partner wouldn't let me, that's not a partnership problem. That's a you problem. Because healthy partnerships don't require hiding financial decisions. Tom almost destroyed his marriage over $6,590 and the ego boost of feeling like a stock trader. And there are thousands of Toms right now on apps right now, watching portfolios lose money while their partners sleep, unaware that their financial partnership is built on lies. The $100 trap isn't about the money. It's about what $100 secret deposits do to trust. And trust, once broken, costs more than any stock loss ever could. Jessica and Tom survived this, barely, but only because Jessica demanded transparency, and Tom finally chose his marriage over his ego. The question is, if your partner found your phone right now, what would they discover, and what would that discovery cost you?